All good.
All right, everybody, we're going to get started. So, this morning, to start our day off, we have Johnny Els here with us. I know you've seen him before. He's back. He's here to talk about TruFit Academy, which he is the co-founder and president of. And he's here to help you kind of get in the right fitness mindset during your guys' transition. What's up, Johnny? Let's get us going. Tell us about yourself.
Good morning. What's up? Thank you, Kylie, for that awesome introduction. Well, this is not my first time being here, and I'm hoping I'm seeing some new faces today. But if you've seen me before, that's great. Please, you guys write down some questions as we go through this presentation, and we're gonna have a really awesome Q&A towards the end. But hopefully, my goal here today is just to kind of open up your minds a little bit about how you can build some structure in your health and in your fitness routine, so that you can live happier, longer, and more successful, but yeah, as soon as we're ready to go, I can get into it and I'm going to share my screen. If you guys have never seen me before, please go ahead and type in the chat like an emoji or something, or like raise your hand or something, because I'd love to know how many people have not seen me before. So
Yeah,
that'd be great.
absolutely. Throw a one in the chat or a emoji if you've never seen it. It looks like we have one so far.
Okay.
Oh, a few.
Timothy
Okay.
starting off with a 4 mile run. Goodness gracious. That's awesome. Very cool. Jeffrey,
Oh
Jody,
yeah.
Robert, Kevin, what's going on, guys? Good morning. I think a lot of you guys are in the on the East Coast, but
Yeah.
I'm here in Colorado, so we've actually had surprisingly amazing weather. Usually by now we've had a couple of snowstorms, but it's still in the 60s, so it's been pretty nice.
Yeah, looks like we have a bunch of new folks seeing you, so that's
All
super
right,
exciting.
Derek, what's up, man? I'm glad to see you here. All right, all right. Well, I'm gonna share
Just
my
hang out. That's
screen
cool.
if that's okay, and I'm gonna get started
Yeah,
here.
go ahead. Let's do it.
Cool. Okay. Well, welcome everybody. I know a lot of you have been serving in the military or Air Force or Army or anything like that for the last 10, 20 years or so. But now we're all here together transitioning, and hopefully Seven Eagle Group has been extremely helpful so far, just with learning about, jobs and career choices and just knowing how to transition into civilian life. Today is not October 30th. uh, it is November 17th. So glad you guys are all here to go. All right, so your next mission, because you guys have all have had a mission in the past of serving your country, which we are all extremely grateful for. But your next mission is now you. Okay, it is your health, it is your life, it is your job, it is your career. It's the legacy that you're leaving behind for your kids and grandkids. Okay, so today, guys, hopefully I'll be able to teach you how to build a sustainable civilian life that's going to keep you healthy, energized, confident, and mission ready for whatever that may be. Okay. So, a little bit about me. I was a collegiate swimmer for a couple years, and then I got my kinesiology degree, which is the study of human movement, because I realized that, I've been involved in sports my whole life and kind of coaching here and there, but I didn't really know it could be a full career until I went to college and started studying it. So then I was on the Texas A&M triathlon team, and I was coaching the A&M triathlon team while I was there, which was awesome. Gig 'em. That's right, Matthew. We're having an unbelievable season, so football season so far. Anyways, then I moved up here to Colorado, where I became a certified personal trainer and health coach. And in 2019 is when I started the TruFit Academy. The reason why I started this, guys, was because when I was working in the gym, I was kind of restricted to helping the people who only had a membership to the gym, where I felt like my expertise could and should be heard all over the world. So that's when I transitioned my business online. And it actually worked out perfectly because when COVID happened, everyone was freaking out and wondering, like, well, I don't know what to do. Everything's closed and I need to stay busy because my family's driving me crazy. So that's when I started helping people online, just figuring out how to stay accountable and have some structure and just keep up with their healthy body and healthy mindset. And after 2 years, I was mentioned in the New York City Journal as a top coach. So that was an incredible experience, and I was able to share that with everybody as well. So over the last couple of years, guys, I have helped over 200 people collectively lose 3,000 pounds, and that is without going on a diet and without doing any kind of extreme methods. Okay, my philosophy is I want to be able to help you build realistic, healthy habits that fit into your schedule, that actually fit into your real life, and not instead of take it over. Okay. And once we can do that and build some consistency and build a really solid foundation that can serve us for 10, 20, 30 years, being healthy, being fit, being energized, and confident in and out of your clothes is something you are able to actually keep up with. Okay. So here we go. So the core message today, guys, is when you are serving, right, you're trained to follow structure and routines. There was someone telling you what to do, where to go, where to be, how to do it, what to eat, when to eat, all that kind of stuff. And it made it really easy for you to stay on track. But now that you are a civilian, no one's really telling you what to do or how to do it, right? So this presentation is more about how you can take control, build structure in your own health and fitness routine so you can stay fit and confident and live a healthy lifestyle for that's going to actually serve you for years, okay? Before I get into this, guys, a lot of people, when they want to lose weight or feel better or healthier or just be more fit, uh, excuse me, they think about, well, I need to go on a diet, or I need to sign up for a program, or I need to do something, which, yes, I do agree can help you. But here's the thing. Most diets are restrictive and they have an end date, right? I'm going to go on a diet for, 3 months or, whatever it is. But then what happens is you end up losing the weight and feeling really good. But then when the diet ends, you don't know how to continue, right? So you start incorporating some of those foods you weren't able to have back into your diet, and then you can fall off track and you kind of go up and down with your weight, which a lot of people that I've talked to, especially who are veterans, have had that problem. Okay, so hopefully we can help you guys build some consistency here. Okay. All right, the most common struggles with veterans life after service. Okay, because you guys don't have any kind of scheduled tests anymore every quarter or every 5 or 6 months, there's really no motivation to even exercise or do anything about it because why? Like, I don't have any purpose to actually be in shape, right? Maybe because you don't have any structure or you just don't know what to do. That is totally eliminating any hope of actually sticking to a routine that's actually going to work, right? Maybe you don't have any accountability anymore. You're not part of a group or a unit. You don't have any people, you don't have anyone surrounding you, lifting you up and keeping you accountable. So because of that, we don't have any kind of consistency with our routine. Some of you may have gone the last few weeks or months or even years without being in any kind of consistent routine, which has led to poor habits. It's led to poor relationship with food. And I think the overall struggle that a lot of veterans are struggling with, which is what I've heard, is we just don't know why we need to do this anymore. Like, what's the purpose, right? Okay. So what happens within the first 1 to 2 years of transitioning? Most veterans gain 20 to 50 pounds. Okay. Your clothes don't fit as well as they used to. Your energy drops. You have afternoon crashes. You have late night cravings. Your confidence in and out of your clothes kind of fades away. And because of all that, guys, your motivation to even do anything tanks. Okay. And this can lead to a lot of mental health issues as well, right? And some of you may already have mental health issues from when you were serving, but now that we are alone and we're gaining weight and we're trying to figure out life and between calls and family, and it just seems a little chaotic, we might just feel a little overwhelmed. We might just be feeling down on ourselves or lost in terms of like, I don't know what to do, or just not feeling good enough, right? Okay. So this is why this happens, guys. Okay, while you were serving, like I said before, you had structure. You had, your life was revolved around strict schedules. This created that structure and purpose and accountability that you thrived on. Okay, your fitness, discipline, and mission success actually shaped your sense of value, right, and your sense of self-worth. Okay, and it made you feel really important. Like, I've got a team. We're all holding each other accountable. We're fit. We're strong. Our mindsets are good to go. And it just made you feel really confident in like who you were, right? But also, it also some emotions were probably suppressed, right? Because you weren't allowed to maybe say certain things or feel certain ways. And a lot of the choices were driven by external commanders, right? Rather than your own personal decisions. But now that we're on our own, right? We might have lost that structure without that mission, without that daily purpose or accountability. You don't really know where you're going anymore. You might have had an identity crisis. Like, I'm not serving anymore. I kind of lost my brotherhood. I lost my team. I don't have a purpose anymore. I don't really know who I am or where I'm going anymore, right? And so a lot of hidden struggles might start to come out, like suppressed emotions, okay, stress, frustration, self-doubt. These are all real things that a lot of veterans deal with. And I think for me, especially, because I go to a weekly Bible study with my men's group, and the thing that helps me out the most is just knowing that I'm not alone and feeling this way, right? There's a lot of other people who are also feeling this way, and just because you might feel embarrassed or alone and feeling this way does not mean that others are not struggling with the same thing or you shouldn't get help. Okay? So, like I said, what this might lead to, right? A lifestyle decline, right? Stress and lack of accountability can lead to weight gain. It can lead to poor habits like over drinking, overeating certain foods, not sleeping enough. Okay? And you might just feel disconnected or ashamed that you no longer are identifying yourself with that disciplined version that you used to be. Okay. And on a deeper emotional level, guys, honestly, I think a lot of you just miss part of being a part of something bigger than you, right? Which is why you're all here, which is incredible, right? You're all here trying to grow, hold each other accountable, and learn and like stick together as a team so that you can all be successful in the end, which is great. But some of you might feel unseen or guilty for not being who you once were. And a lot of you hesitate to even ask for help because you might just feel ashamed, right? But that's okay. We don't have to stay that way, okay? So, I came on today, guys. Usually when I talk with a lot of veterans and Division 1 athletes and, parents and other executives and things like that, and I usually try to tailor the TruFit method to who I'm speaking to. So, specifically speaking to you veterans, this is the three-step framework that I would recommend to have on so you can flip the script and actually get back onto who you really want to be. Okay? The first one is going to be to reclaim your mission. You need to figure out why are you even doing this? Because your mission hasn't ended, it has now evolved. Okay? Your new mission is you. Who do you want to be? Right? Who do you want to serve? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Okay. So this step is going to really focus on redefining what drives you now. And you need to be anchoring your goals around your new why. Okay. If you have kids, you're doing this for your kids. You want to show your kids what to do instead of what not to do. If you're looking for a new job, right? Employers are going to want to hire people who are energetic, who are confident in themselves, and who they know that they can take care of themselves. Okay. So the main goal here, guys, is just to rediscover your purpose. You need to figure out why we're doing this. Okay. Who do you want to be when you're 60 years old? Who do you want to be when you're 80 years old? Do you want to be the oldest guy in the gym or do you want to be the youngest person in the nursing home? Okay. So you're just serving in a new way. So you need to figure out what that is. The second thing is going to be to rebuild that structure. You need to have discipline and structure in your life. If you don't, things are going to feel chaotic and overwhelming. And the next thing you know, a month has gone by and nothing has changed. Okay. So the military did give you that structure, but now you have to build it for yourself. Now, you don't need the 4 a.m. wake up calls anymore. You don't need people yelling in your face and telling you to do this and do that because it's a little extreme, okay? In my opinion. But what we need now, guys, is just consistent mission-based routines so that you can create that momentum. It's just about creating some momentum. If that means drinking more water 7 days a week for the next week, that is momentum. You've gotten 1% better that week. And then it's about building another foundational step and then another foundational step. Okay. And over the course of a month or 6 months, you're gonna see that this routine that you've built for yourself is something your body is going to rely on. Okay. So this is about building rhythm around your movement, around your nutrition, around your mental focus, and around your lifestyle. Okay. This is a lifestyle. And that's my whole philosophy. I said that earlier. It's about building something that you enjoy and something you can actually keep up with. Because if you don't enjoy it, and if it's not something you can actually keep up with, you're never going to be motivated to doing it. And it's just not going to happen. Okay. So we are trying to replace the chaos with simple, repeatable systems that you know is going to actually work for you in your life. Okay. Because having structure is not confinement. It's actually just giving you the framework so that you can have more direction and control in where you're trying to go. Okay. And the third thing is going to be to reconnect with somebody, reconnect with your old unit or with a team or with a class. You need some sort of accountability. Asking your spouse to go for a walk with you is accountability. Okay, because veterans thrive in community and togetherness. Okay, you need people who actually understand you, understand your mindset challenges, and understand what you're going through so that you can all support each other. Okay, so this step is mainly about just rebuilding something that you know will actually help you. You need to restore that belonging, that accountability, and you're going to actually feel it that once you're a part of something and there's a movement pushing you forward, it's a lot easier, I promise. And I'm sure a lot of you have felt that in the past. Okay. So you need to build a support system that's going to hold you to your standards and to hold you accountable to where we're trying to go. Okay. Because true strength is built within connection. Okay. The church talks about that. My family talk about that. I'm in an entrepreneur accountability group for myself, for my business, and I can tell you right now, it's a lot easier to do it with a team of people than to do it by yourself. Okay. All right. Now, here are some action steps, guys, that we can start taking today. Okay. So if you got a pen and paper, I definitely recommend taking some notes. Okay. The first thing is going to be to write your new mission statement. Take 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. You can do this on your own or during lunch or after all the calls today or whatever to define what your current mission is. Okay. Not as a soldier, but as a man or a woman who is redefining or rebuilding their purpose. Okay. You need to figure out what is driving you. Okay. Who are you serving now? What kind of person do you want to be remembered as? What kind of person do you want your kids to grow up as? Right? Who are you fighting for? Yeah, you're fighting for yourself, but you're also fighting for your future self as well. Okay? And we got to get really, really clear on this, guys. Like, why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to feel better? Why do you want to be more confident? Why do you want less joint pain? Okay, these are all things that are real and things you need to identify so that once you can work through it, then we can actually move beyond it. Okay. The next thing is going to be to establish a 3 point daily routine. Okay. This is creating that structure that you thrive on. This is how you can build momentum and build that internal discipline. Okay. Now it's not about doing everything at once. You already have a lot of things going on. It's about choosing 1 to 2 or maybe even 3 things. Okay. I said here, choose 3 non-negotiables for the next 7 days. All of these don't take up much time or effort, but I promise you guys, if we can get into this kind of stuff, then it's going to get easier and easier and easier. So start with one for the next 2 days. Once that feels good, then you can add a second one and you can add a third one. Okay. I'm going to list off a few examples here. So moving your body 20 to 30 minutes every day. Okay. During your hour-long lunch break, in the morning before the calls or after the calls, go on a walk, go to the gym, do some yoga at home. Just do something that's going to help your body move. Okay. Motion is lotion is what my wife's Pilates instructor says, which is true. I love that. Okay. And I would recommend guys putting this on your calendar. Like literally write it down. I've got a big calendar on my desk here that I write down all my stuff. Even though I have a Google Calendar where I book all my calls, I also have to write it down just to make sure that I can visually see it when I sit down on my desk every day. Okay? Because if you can write it down and you can see it, you'll remember it. It's going to be more ingrained into what you have to do. Okay? Another good tip is to eat at least one source of protein with every single meal. Okay, I know it's hard between kids and school drop off and work and calls and all that kind of stuff. It's hard to like actually keep up with your meals. But if we can stick with one protein source a day, we're going to be more energized. If your goal is to lose body fat, you will lose body fat, and you're just going to have a little bit more energy throughout the day. Okay. Drinking at least 2 liters of water every day for proper digestion, to regulate your hormones, to clear your mind, for more energy, for easier fat loss. That is going to be super important. Okay. I know a lot of you might have like big water bottles. I'd recommend drinking one before 2 o'clock and then drinking another one before 7 o'clock. Okay. Spend at least 5 minutes in silence or gratitude. I love doing this. I do this every single morning. It's ingrained in my morning routine to get my mind clear, to figure out some goals that I want to take care of for the day, and to just like express some gratitude and like, oh, this is another opportunity to get 1% better. Okay. Whether that's meditating or reading or journaling or reading a devotional or going for a walk, just spend some time in silence where we can clear our mind and figure out what we need to do. Okay. Go for an afternoon walk. Reflect on your day before bed. Like literally get in bed and get off your phone and think about all the successful things that happened throughout this day so that you can remember this. Okay. The last time I had this call, I actually had a question about macronutrients versus micronutrients. Okay. So, yes, proteins, carbs, and fats are going to be really important. And to visually see that on your plate is going to be really good. But also, we need to also focus on some micronutrients that we don't typically get from proteins, carbs, and fats. Okay. So there's fruits and vegetables, and there's some multivitamins and other things that can definitely help us out with some micronutrients that are going to help provide more energy and regulate your hormones and just get your gut health on check and things like that as well. Okay. And guys, I always say I'd rather you go for a 15-minute walk every single morning for the rest of your life than only go to the gym 2 times a week for 2 hours. Okay. Because consistency will always, always win over intensity. Okay. If you go out and you're really intense with a workout, now you're sweaty and now you're sore, you're probably not going to be motivated to go and do that again for another 2 to 3 days. But taking a 15-minute walk is easy. You don't even get sweaty. Some of you may get tired, but like really, that's not a big deal. And if we can just stay consistent with it, guys, it gets easier and easier and easier. All right, guys, the last thing here is going to be to reconnect with a friend or a mentor or somebody who's going to help you stay accountable. Okay? Reach out to someone from your unit or a gym buddy or your spouse or just someone who actually understands you. Tell them you're trying to get back on track and you need them to hold you accountable. Okay? My neighborhood has a weekly walking group. They walk for 20 minutes once a week. But that alone helps people to actually do things that they aren't typically going to do. Okay. Because being part of a community, guys, it's going to rebuild that belief system that you're a part of something, people are holding you accountable, you can do it, you are good enough, and this is something that you can keep up with. Okay. All right, guys, I'm almost done here, but I want to talk about why this matters. Okay. Because it's not about looking sexy. Okay. Although that is a great benefit, it's about staying in control of your life. Okay. It's about building a foundation now so that in 5 years from now or in 10 years from now, you're not starting from square one and you are learning as you go through the journey. Because it's really not about the destination, it's really about enjoying the process and enjoying the journey. If you're not enjoying the journey, you'll never hit the end goal. Okay. So we want to rebuild that mission. Okay. Because your health is a weapon and you need to use it. Okay. Building a strong body and unshakable focus so you can lead your family and be present in your career. Okay. Without stress, without pressure, without burnout. Okay. You guys need to wake up with unstoppable energy. Okay. Being in a routine is going to help you stay energized. Okay. And focused and show up with confidence. Okay. And show up fully with confidence, not just for yourself, but for your family, for your spouse, for your career. Okay. It's a trickle effect, guys. If you want everything else around you to get better, if you want your connection with your spouse to get better, or if you want, better interviews for your job, you need to focus, you need to start working on your health and your mind because people can see that. If people can tell that you are not that energized or not that confident, it's not that attractive, and I don't want you to work with me or I don't want to date you or whatever because I can tell that you're not doing well. Okay? So we need to redefine our legacy, guys, because your mission has not ended. Okay? It has evolved. You need to live longer, you need to lead stronger, and leave a mark that's actually going to last. Okay? Now, a lot of you guys might be in amazing shape and have an amazing routine, and none of this really matters to you, but I can tell you right now, there's a lot of people in this group who can feel this. Okay? Now, I want to show you guys this, not to show off or nothing, but I want to show you this is what is possible in 4 to 6 months if we have structure and accountability. Okay? Most of my clients lose anywhere between 5 to 8 pounds per month. So if your goal is to lose 30 to 40 pounds, it is definitely doable in 6 months. We just need to have a plan and we need to have a community keeping us accountable. Okay? And I tied that in with some of the action steps you guys could be taking. Okay? Now, to end it all, guys, when I came on with Seven Eagle Group, and I also was speaking at Allegiant Vets last week, I decided to create a community for you. Okay, so in the new year, I'm opening up my coaching to 20 veterans, and we're gonna start in January. We're gonna bring you guys all into an online community to support you, to motivate you, to keep you accountable, to give you that structure that you need. Okay. So if you guys have been struggling for the last couple of months or last couple of years and you need a sign to tell you that, I need to do something, I need to get into something, I need this to change, this is your sign. Okay. So starting in January over the next 6 months, I'm bringing in this veteran community to rebuild your healthy lifestyle, find your purpose, regain that clarity and that confidence you need so that you can excel with your family, excel in your career, and build a strong, positive body and mindset that's going to serve you for years. Okay. Matt said he's in. Let's go. Okay. Now, here's what's included, guys. Okay. Once you come into this New Year's community, you'll get tailored workouts, which means I'll hop on a one-to-one call with you. We'll figure out what you're struggling in. We'll talk about your schedule, what kind of equipment you have available, and I will build out a routine for you and place it on your calendar so you have that structure that you need. We're going to have weekly coaching calls to talk about nutrition, to talk about your workouts, to talk about mindset, to talk about healthy habits, to talk about metabolism. These are all things that could play hand in hand. Okay. I want to bring you guys into this because it's going to be incredible. It's going to be a powerful movement. And if you guys need some structure, need some accountability, this is your sign right here. Okay. Like I said, the spots are limited to 20 people. We already have about 10 or 11 people signed up for this. So the spots are going pretty quick. Okay. I'm going to give you a QR code here in a minute if you want to book a call with me to ask more questions about this opportunity, or if you are interested, then great. If this is not something you're interested in and you don't want to be part of a community, that's totally fine. I also have a book called Beyond Diets where we talk about how to burn off body fat. We talk about your morning routine. We talk about macros and recipes. I also have a healthy habit tracker in my book as well to keep you on track with some of your healthy habits. Okay. So you guys can scan that QR code right there if you're interested in learning more about my book. That's available on my website. And if you're interested in just having a conversation with me, you need to ask questions about your health or your routine or whatever. If you just want more clarity, please book a call with me because you do not have to struggle alone. Okay. And reaching out, guys, just learning more information or just asking for help or just seeing if we will be a good fit for each other. That is step number one. And if we're not a good fit, guys, that's fine. I'll send you to somebody else who might be a good fit for you. Okay. But if you've been struggling, you got to get help because if you don't, it's going to get harder and harder as you get older. I promise it will. Okay. You are the youngest you are right now, and you're the oldest, but we got to make sure we are setting up the successful foundations for ourselves now so that in 10 years from now or 20 years from now, we know what we're doing. We have energy. We're confident. We're fit enough to play a full round of golf. Okay. At least that's my goal. I want to be 80 years old. My wife and I were in Florida last year, and I played a round of golf with my grandpa, and he is 82 years old, and he kicked my ass. which is awesome. I mean, he's been playing a lot longer than me, but also he's actually just fit enough to walk an entire 18 holes, which is pretty cool. Okay.
Johnny, I was wondering, just for my curiosity, what's kind of the vision for TruFit for the next 5 years? Like, do you have any big goals of where your company's gonna go?
That's a really good question. When I first started, my goal was just to help out as many people as possible, which is not really a very smart goal, right? Um, but I'm gonna be honest. I reconnected with God and I did a lot of self-reflecting over the last couple of months. And I don't know how religious any of you guys are, which is fine, but um, I had to look inward to figure out where am I going with my life and my business. And that's when I met Jordy. Like
Yeah.
that day, like that week, it was crazy. And now I'm hopping on these calls and I've been signing on a lot of different veterans. Some veterans have saw this presentation and signed up with me immediately, and others signed up for the New Year's opportunity.
Yeah.
So my goal with TrueFit is just to help the world live happier and longer and less stressed without pain. Okay? That's my vision for the world, and I think it is very possible if everyone just understands what they need to do. And
Yeah.
if that is just sticking to 2 to 3 healthy habits every single day, that's not overwhelming, but also helps you stay on track with your health, then that's great. If it's helping someone lose 100 pounds and, reconnecting with their kids, or, you know, I had a client who recently went through a divorce and then she gained 40 pounds. And
Mm.
even though she was a triathlete, she signed up with me and mainly because she needed to get out of her head.
Yeah.
So putting that frustration into movement and so that she can exert some of that frustration out into her exercise and health routine completely changed her life. So she lost all the weight. She signed up for a half Ironman. She also got proposed to from a buddy of hers, like a long lost friend of hers. They reconnected and she's now engaged. So literally, health and fitness completely transformed her life. And
Yeah.
I think that's possible for a lot of different people, depending on what your story is. If we can just find some sort of routine to help us feel better in our own skin.
Yeah, 100%. I love that it's not included dieting as well, because I feel like dieting can just be really scary, really intimidating. A lot of times you burn out. So
Yeah.
I love that it
Yeah,
doesn't include any of that.
yeah, for sure. And I kind of mentioned that earlier. It's just like a lot of the clients that I've had in the past, they've done Beachbody and they've done Jenny Craig. They've signed up for 90-day challenges. They've all done that before. And yes, those things can work, but they don't help you maintain anything, right? Once the challenge is over, the diet's over, now what, right?
Mm.
This is why people lose weight and gain weight throughout the years. So we need to find something that is sustainable, okay?
Yeah.
And earlier I was mentioning the whole TrueFit method, and the TrueFit method is sustainable because it's not about intensity, it's about consistency. And finding that consistency with something that's going to automatically motivate you is going to be way easier than doing things that don't motivate you, obviously, right? So like I love swimming because I'm a triathlete. I love going on hikes with my wife. I recently got into pickleball. These are all, and I play golf every now and then with my buddies. So these are all like things that I can go do that are healthy activities, but they're not really considered as like workouts for me, right? People think like, well, I need to go work out or I need to go, exercise, and they have this negative cloud around working out. But if you enjoy it, then it's not really a hassle, right? It's kind of like your job. If you love what you do in your career, you're not really working. You're just living your life and you're doing what you love to do. So that's kind of the mindset we need to get into here.
Yeah, 100%. For somebody that signs on with you and comes on and does your program for, let's say, 6 months, do you help them build like long-term solutions, like past that 6 months? Is there like a longer plan?
So I would say the majority of people who come into my one-to-one coaching reach their final goal within 3 to 4 months. Because
Oh,
most of
wow.
them, their goal is to lose 15 to 25 pounds, which we can do in roughly 4 to 5 months. But the tail end of that, it's really about building a lifestyle that's going to help you maintain the results, right?
Okay.
And I've had other clients whose goal is to lose 80 to 100 pounds, where in that case, I'd recommend signing on for a full year. But they
Yeah.
might hit their 80-pound mark by, you know, month 9 or month 10. But then it's about building the lifestyle and the healthy habits so that you can maintain that for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And Kylie, thank you so much for dropping in my LinkedIn. You guys, please
Yeah.
add me, connect with me, send me a message, please. If you want to book a call just to chat, that's great. Um, I'm leaving on Thursday for Texas, and I won't be back until December 1st. So over the next 3 days, I'm gonna be available for calls, but then I won't be back until December 1st. So you guys, uh, please book a call with me. Like I said, the spots are limited. I'd love to have you guys on, or if you guys just have questions about nutrition or cardio or anything like that, let's chat about it.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like Matt already signed up for a session, for a
Yep,
Zoom call. So that is
that's awesome,
amazing. Thank you for the
Matt.
support, Matt.
Thank you. Does anyone have
I'm,
any questions?
yeah.
You
Does
guys raise
anybody
your
have
hand or
any?
whatever.
Oh, somebody signed up for the 24th. Should they move it since you're going to be traveling?
Um, actually, no, that's fine. The 3 days before Thanksgiving, I will, even though I'll be in Texas, we'll be working. My wife and I will be working, so that's
Okay.
okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Jody.
Yeah, appreciate that. Awesome.
Yeah,
Two already on a call. That is amazing. I'm glad that you
cool.
guys are getting what you need out of Johnny coming and talk. That's awesome. But if nobody has any questions, I think that's all I had today, Johnny. Thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
on and chatting. It's
for
always a
sure. And
pleasure.
yeah, Kylie, thank you so much. Everyone else who's here, thank you for listening to me on your first call of the day. I hope you guys have an awesome day, awesome week. If I don't hear from you guys, happy Thanksgiving, safe travels. If anyone's traveling, um, the last thing I'll leave you guys with is everyone on Earth was put here for a purpose, right? I feel like everyone has a different purpose based off of your story, right? So taking a step back, slowing down, breathing, journaling, all these things can help you figure out what your purpose is and how you can get there. Okay. And I'm a firm believer on if your purpose is to serve your family or to serve your career or, to help other people or anything like that, you are unable to fully serve your purpose if you're not taking care of your body. Because if you can't take care of yourself, how can you expect to take care of anything else? Okay.
Yeah,
So, I'm very passionate about this because I want everyone to live happier, longer, less stressed out, without pain. And it all just starts with one simple step and then just repeating it over and over. Okay.
100%. You put it like that and it sounds so easy.
That's the goal. Although for a lot of people, it's not easy, which I 100% understand. But if we can create a process or a system that is easy to keep up with, then it's going to be easy to see consistency to reaching your goals. Yeah.
Mhm.
Doesn't have to be so intense all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Life isn't
Well,
that serious.
yeah.
Just All right,
Cool.
thank you so much for coming, Johnny. I hope you have some safe travels and we will see you in December.
Perfect. Thank you guys.